All right, let's dive into some really old but surprisingly relevant wisdom about something that, touches all of our lives: friendship. So, have you ever wondered about this? Why is it that deep, real, lasting friendships feel so rare? I mean, we all have connections, right? Lots of them. But so many just kind of fade away. Well, we're going to dig into why that happens. And believe it or not, our guide is a monk who lived 1,600 years ago. Yeah, you heard that right. And what he has to say about building friendships that actually last is pretty mind-blowing. So who is this guy? His name is John Cassian. And to get a picture of his world, imagine living while the entire Roman Empire is crumbling around you. I mean, talk about chaos, right? It sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? In this search for some kind of stability, he did something pretty radical. He went out into the Egyptian desert to learn from these wise monks, these elders who had dedicated their lives to figuring this stuff out. And lucky for us, he wrote down everything they told him in these incredible dialogues called the conferences. Okay, so in one of these conversations, an elder, a guy named Joseph, sits down with Cassian and just drops this truth bomb. He basically tells him, look, most of the friendships people make, they're built on sand. They're just not designed to last. And then Joseph starts breaking it down. He lists all these types of friendships that are, well, temporary. And as I read them, see if any of these sound familiar. We're talking about friendships based on convenience, maybe a business deal, or a shared hobby. These are basically our work friends, right? Our gym buddies, the people we team up with for a project. Even connections based on just being related. The key thing here is that they're all based on external stuff. And here's the kicker. This is why they're so fragile, because they totally depend on things that are outside of our control. The minute you change jobs, or you move to a different city, or maybe you just get into a new hobby, poof, the whole reason for the friendship is gone. The foundation just vanishes from under your feet. But okay, after laying out this kind of bleak picture of most friendships, Joseph leans in and reveals something incredible. He says there is one kind of friendship, one type of bond that absolutely nothing can break. Not time, not distance, not even death. So what is it? This is the big secret. He calls it indissoluble love. And what he means is, it's a connection that has nothing to do with what you can get from the other person. It's not about gifts or business deals or even shared hobbies. It's about something much, much deeper. It's about a shared commitment to being good people. It's based on your character. You see the shift here. It's a total game changer. Most of our connections are kind of transactional, you know? There's this unspoken question, what's in it for me? But this unbreakable friendship, it's transformational. The question isn't, what can I get? The question is, who can we become? How can we help each other become better human beings? It's a completely different ballgame. Now, I know this might sound a little lofty or abstract, but this is where it gets really good. Joseph doesn't just leave us with a nice idea. He gives a super practical 6-step guide on how to actually build this kind of bond. So let's break it down. Okay, so here are the 6 foundations. And pay attention to how they work. It's like peeling an onion. You start on the outside with scorning possessions, basically valuing the person way more than any stuff. Then you move inward, pruning your wishes. That's about humility, not always thinking you're the smarter one. Then it gets even deeper, prioritizing peace over everything else. And then the big one, mastering anger. Not just your own, but actually helping your friend with theirs. And finally, that daily reminder of your own mortality, which puts everything in perspective. All right, so you've got the 6 rules, you're ready to go. But wait, Joseph throws in a major warning. He says there's this hidden trap, a secret saboteur that can sneak in and poison a friendship from the inside, even when you think you're doing everything right. And it has to do with this question. Come on, we've all been here, right? A friend says something that really gets under your skin. And what do? We think the noble, the patient thing to do is to just bite our tongue, say nothing, suffer in silence. Well, get ready, because what this ancient text says about that is going to turn that idea on its head. He says a spiteful silence exceeds the most awful insults and words. Whoa, think about that. That cold shoulder, that silent treatment, he's saying it's worse than screaming insults. Why? Because you're not using silence for peace. You're using it as a weapon. It's a way to punish them, to show them how above it all you are. It's not patience, it's pride, pure and simple. It's a performance. And this kind of fake patience, it solves nothing. In fact, it just makes things worse. The tension just hangs in the air, getting thicker and thicker, and it makes real healing impossible.
because you're secretly patting yourself on the back for being so patient, while your friend is just feeling the burn of your silent judgment. It's a total deception.
So, when you put it all together, the temporary bonds, those 6 core rules, and this warning about fake patience, it all points to one big, powerful idea about what true friendship really is. Here's the thing. It's not about finding the perfect person. It's not a treasure hunt for someone who will never, ever disappoint you or get on your nerves. Because guess what? That person doesn't exist. No, it's about something way more real and beautiful than that. It's about 2 imperfect people looking at each other and saying, hey, let's try to become better human beings together. The friendship itself becomes the training ground. It's the place where you practice being more humble, more patient, more loving. The bond isn't just a result of your virtue. The bond is what creates it. And so that really leaves us with one final thought to take away. This isn't just some dusty, old idea from a monk in the desert. It's a real question for right now. When you look at your own life, who are you on that journey with?